Welcome to Blah-Me. I developed Blah-Me following a significant life-changing event that occurred just over 5 years ago. And that event triggered the beginning of a deep reflection over my life. And throughout that reflection, I identified some key defining moments throughout my life. By a defining moment, I mean a moment that really uncovered the true nature of something or somebody. Now, the first defining moment that I identified was when I was 27, and I came home to find that my first husband had taken his own life. Now, I spent an awful long time, and I still do. That reflection is still ongoing, and I'm still learning from it. I'm still thinking about particular moments and experiences from that time that still impact me today. And then moving forward from that, there was quite a few other defining moments that changed the direction of my life, how I thought, how I felt, the choices I made. And from all of those, and still today, I'm still learning, I'm still thinking, I'm still reflecting, I'm still trying to work out lots of things. But the key thing that really came to the forefront of my mind was that belief is a powerful force in all of our lives. And what we believe determines how we behave, how we think, how we feel. And I've recently posted a video about why we believe what we believe, talking about belief, knowing, trust, and truth. And Blah-Me is about building on those things to try and understand a little bit more about why we believe what we believe, and more importantly, how that impacts our lives. So Blah-Me stands for belief, leads, approach, harnessing mindful expression. And there's lots of things that I plan to talk about in my future videos. So I really hope you're going to join me, because the aim of Blah-Me is to learn and share and open a really authentic dialogue about our stories, because we all have stories, but we rarely share them. And I love hearing people's stories about their life, because that's how we learn. I've heard some of the most fascinating life stories from people that you would least expect, the experiences that they've had. So I'm going to begin my discussion about grief. And I have posted a couple of videos on grief. And I want to share my key belief about grief. And that is that there is no such thing as the stages of grief. I strongly believe that. And that is based on my experiences throughout my life so far, personally and professionally. And the stages of grief were first published and shared by Kubler-Ross back in the 60s. And Kubler-Ross was a psychiatrist who did research into death and dying. And most of her research focused on people who were dying. Very little actually focused on those grieving. And of course, when people are dying, they do grieve. Of course, there's a process of grieving. I am interested in those who are grieving. And for me, grief isn't just about dying. Grief is about change. It's about the loss of something or somebody. It could be the change of a career, lifestyle, financial situation, so many things. So it's a deeply personal experience. And to suggest that it can be staged or put in a box seems bizarre. Yet across healthcare, across mental health services, therapeutic services, grieving support organisations, pretty much everywhere you read and seek information about grieving, those stages are referred to in some way. Now, thankfully, there is quite a lot of research that has been done more recently that debunks Kubler-Ross's stages of grief, which I was so pleased to read. And her 5 stages that she identified initially through her research and then added a further 2. The first one that I want to talk about is denial. So it's important to think what you believe denial to be. And if you go and search for the definition of denial, there's lots of different definitions, lots of different perspectives, perceptions of what denial actually means. And basically it means that you do not accept that something is true, that something or somebody doesn't exist, or something hasn't happened. It's not true. It's not real. Now, in terms of grieving, I've come across very few people that do not accept that the loss or the change has happened and that it's real. But what they do experience, and what I experienced, is it doesn't feel real. You don't want it to be real. But that's not denial. You're not denying that that's occurred. It's how you feel. Because grieving itself is the result of something that is no longer in your life that you want to be. But that's not denial. So I hope that you're going to join me, subscribe to my channel, and engage and open a discussion, comment, ask questions, share your story. I really hope you do. Thank you.